So big news coming out of College Station before Texas A&M takes on Alabama, saying that starting quarterback Max Johnson for the Texas A&M Aggies went down to an injury, as some reports are saying it's a broken hand and that he could miss the remainder of the season. Today, we need to talk about why this is such a big deal for Texas A&M, where they go from here, and everything in between. Before we can, as always, y'all know the drill, I have got to hear from you. Hop down to the comments, give me a Y for yes or an N for no. Do you believe this spells trouble for Texas A&M, and let me know what you're thinking. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification as I do constant college football content. You don't want to miss any of it, and if you enjoyed this content, be sure to like and comment down below, as those interactions may seem small, but they truly are massive to content creators such as myself. But having said all that, let's jump right into this. And first and foremost, I understand football is a physical game. Physicality is a part of it, and injuries are sure to happen, but it never diminishes how unfortunate it is whenever we see some of these guys sustain season-ending injuries. So hopefully nothing is too severe. Hopefully Max Johnson will be all right and has a healthy and speedy recovery. In the meantime, though, Texas A&M looks to Haynes King, someone who they have experience with, someone who they name the starter, and that's going to be the guy they move forward with. But this presents several questions for Texas A&M and Jimbo Fisher. Right now, as we currently sit here and talk, Texas A&M's offense hasn't had an identity all season, and I think we could even go back to last season as well and kind of say the same thing, that they were an offense that didn't really have an identity. Now, unfortunately for Texas A&M, not only are you now going to be missing Max Johnson, but one of the premier players on your whole team, Anaya Smith, is also down with injury, so Haynes King is going to be without one of his best playmakers as well. Now, Haynes King is someone who came out of high school as a top 200 player in all of high school football, top 150 player in all of high school football, and was one of the top dual threat quarterbacks in the nation. Going to Texas A&M, there was a lot of hype and excitement about what his ceiling could be and what he was going to bring to the table. Fast forward to now, and we've never really seen it materialized. We've heard so much talk about the upside of Haynes King, but we've never really seen it play out. This is going to be a unique opportunity for Haynes King. We're going to have to see whether or not he can recapture all of that momentum he came to College Station with, because he was a very capable quarterback coming out of high school. Thus far this season, though, interceptions have plagued Haynes King, and when we go back to some of those A&M spring games, that's exactly what we saw there too, was Haynes King maybe missing a throw and throwing some interceptions. Thus far this season, he's got 3 touchdowns to 4 interceptions and a QBR of 34. So it's going to be very interesting to see what Jimbo Fisher and this Texas A&M staff draw up for Haynes King and the Texas A&M offense come Saturday. Because Jimbo Fisher is an offensive-minded coach. Now your starting quarterback goes down. Your offense is ranked outside the top 100 offenses in the nation. Now it's time for you to get creative, to find a way to get the ball in your playmakers' hands, to help out your young quarterback who's been struggling, and to put him in a position to be successful. Because unfortunately, if you are Jimbo Fisher, even though your starting quarterback went down with injury, we've been now asking the question of when is your offense going to be a powerful offense for far too long now. And unfortunately, I don't know how many people are going to be willing to give Jimbo Fisher the benefit of the doubt for a starting quarterback going down whenever that offense didn't look like it had an identity with their starting quarterback. So Jimbo Fisher and Texas A&M's job just got a whole lot more difficult trying to salvage this season. Texas A&M still has phenomenally talented players. Like I said, Haynes King was a top 200 player coming out of high school, so he certainly has the ability. Texas A&M has talented players. I talk at length about A-Chain. You have Evan Stewart. You have Marshall. You have several different guys you've got to be aware of. But at the end of the day, Max Johnson provided them a steadiness that they desperately needed. He provided them a veteran presence that they were able to rely on, to lean on. So this is going to be really interesting to see what Jimbo Fisher and Texas A&M do come Saturday to try and put Haynes King in a position to be successful against an Alabama defense that ranks as a top 5 defense in the nation. I can't wait to see it. It's going to be really interesting, but I'm also really interested to see what Jimbo Fisher does moving forward, because there have already been so many questions asked about this offense. And unfortunately, I don't think your starting quarterback going down is going to do anything to quell those questions, because those questions came even when you had your guy. I can't wait to hear from all of you. Hop down to the comments. Let me know what you're thinking. That's it. See ya.